State Warriors. Vince, catch us up on last week's games. I know they're playing right now.
They are playing right now. I'll give you that update in just a hot second. The Warriors, they get the win on Tuesday at home against Charlotte, and then they go down to Orlando, get a win on Thursday. In that game, Curry dropped 56 points, and that includes 12 3-pointers. He went nuclear in that one. That during that post game, actually, there was a really good one where they asked the Orlando Magic coach, "Hey, other than Curry, what went wrong? Like, what could you have done to stop to beat the Warriors?" And he's like, "Are you kidding me? What kind of question is that?" Curry went off, basically. Like, how do you know? When he goes God mode, what are you supposed to do? So anyway, and then in Jimmy Butler's first game that he didn't play in at Philly, the Niners, the Warriors lose by 7 in Philly on Saturday night.
Ouch.
It's the first time, like I said, it's the first game he didn't play in since being traded to the Warriors. And we also possibly saw the last dunk of Stephen Curry's career. At least that's what Steph Curry said post game, was he probably doesn't think he's going to ever do that again, but he felt good. He wanted to go up. He put it down. Right now, as it stands, the Warriors are they're up 6 points right now toward the end of the third quarter. They're playing in Charlotte right now, so hopefully they can hold on and get the win here. They are sitting in 7th in the West. They're 32 wins, 28 losses. We're starting to see, like, you get above 500, and then some of these other teams started to fade a little bit. Dallas is in 10th right now. Sacramento is in 9th. Minnesota is in 8th. The Warriors are actually tied with the Clippers for 6th right now. We were just talking last week about how the 4 seed is reachable. Right now the 4 seed is a little less reachable. But the
Steph just made a ridiculous 3 right now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I just turned it around. Yeah, he was kind of running into it and just put it down. So that's great. But you're tied with the Clippers for the 6th seed. If you can get ahead of the Clippers, if you can make sure that the Clippers do Clipper things, then you're just looking up at the 5 seed for Houston. And in that game, like, if you're able to catch the 5 seed, you could potentially be facing Memphis in a 4-5 matchup. That could be a lot of fun. We know Memphis hates the Warriors. We know a lot of teams hate the Warriors because of success. Success breeds contempt, right? But they were especially not thrilled with the Warriors, especially Ja Morant. So could be fun to see them and then to beat them again and just kind of rub their nose in it one more time on the way out. That'd be fun.
I was watching some video on the Grizzlies, and Draymond was also mentioning it as well. Their offense is unique. It seems like every so years we get teams trying to reinvent the wheel here on how they generate offense. But what's unique about the Grizzlies is they don't set like a high pick and rolls. Most teams do a pick and roll with the ball handler, but the Grizzlies don't do that at all. If you watch, they maybe set back screens for other players, but they actually don't ever set a screen for the pick and roller. They set off ball screens to get people open, and it throws a lot of teams off because it's constant movement. So if you watch the Grizzlies offense, the ball handler will start here, and then the ball will just literally move around the court with different back screen pick and roll options, and it tires out defenses, and that's how they're winning a lot of the games. So when you watch the game, I'm just giving you a point to look out to. You'll see that we set screens for Curry or whoever's ball handling, and the Grizzlies just won't do that for the ball handler. It's pretty unique.
So just kind of checking in on the rest of the standings. Obviously, OKC is still in first. The Lakers have actually jumped up to the 2 seed right now.
Yeah. But you're saying that they have a generational player that gives them better chances to win games?
Yeah,
that's
I
crazy.
know, right?
You know what also is crazy is that the Mavericks have announced that they're going to raise ticket prices by 8%.
Hey,
doesn't that sound familiar? That sounds really. What time is it again?
Yeah, it's FJF. It's FJF. Yeah, so I mean, it'd be just kind of looking ahead, and then Denver. They're actually tied with Denver. Percentage points, the Lakers are ahead. but they're both 10.5 games back of OKC. I don't think anybody's catching OKC, but I think the Lakers probably, especially with Luka Doncic there, I think they're probably going to hang on to that 2 seed going forward, So if you're the Warriors, I think putting up, like, either way, you're going to either have to eventually face OKC or you're going to have to eventually face the Lakers right now. And either way, that's going to be a tough matchup, right? Let's not kid ourselves. Those are 2 excellent teams right now, especially with that Doncic trade. So, I guess this is the first time I'm going to ask the question: would you rather be on the lower half of the bracket and face the Lakers, or the upper half and face OKC? What do you guys think?
Honestly, I would rather face the Lakers than I would want to face the OKC. I mean, there's a reason why they're so far ahead of everyone else.
Right.
That team is they've got a pretty damn good chance. Yeah.
There's streets ahead if you're a community fan.
Yeah, I think I would rather play the Lakers. I think too, it's just better drama.
Yeah, that's true. It's a shorter flight.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just a more entertaining series with the Warriors versus the Lakers.
Get a rematch of the California State Championship.
Absolutely.
That's what they called it. Was that last year or the year before? Yeah. I think I agree too. Even with the addition of Doncic, that's just staying closer to home. It's a team that you see a lot. Yeah.
Breaking news. It looks like Draymond Green is going to get ejected from the game here.
Yeah. What exactly, do you know what exactly happened there?
It's the excessive wind up.
Okay.
So. Anyways.
I happened to be looking down at the Sharks game at that exact moment, and I saw they surrendered a goal. So, okay, so they're calling it a flagrant foul.
Do they call it a 2?
Draymond. Evidently not. Okay. Flagrant 1. Okay, he's not leaving the court. So, okay, Draymond is still in. He's
the streak can still live with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. Last I checked, he was at 11 points and 8 rebounds. The last I checked, so he's closing in on a double-double. So stay out of trouble, Draymond. There's the line. Take a couple steps back from it, and then play from there. You know what to do. You're a Hall of Fame, kind of player. You got it.
I think he has a real chance to actually win that Defensive Player of the Year award. Now that Wemby's gone, Embiid, I mean, granted, he wasn't really going to win it, but he's done,
Yep.
So I think maybe outside of Boston, Milwaukee, and I want to say OKC, I think Draymond's probably got one of the better chances to win this award here.
Yeah, and the Warriors are very highly rated as a defense too this year. So I don't think we talk enough about like just how good they've been playing defensively, especially since acquiring since acquiring Jimmy Butler too. I think they're like that's certainly an area where the Warriors could cause some problems for some teams in the playoffs, But first, let's get into the top 6 first, and they're basically on the doorstep of the top 6. Let's see. Looking ahead, the games this week, you have this game that they're playing at Charlotte, currently up 4 with near the end of the third quarter. They're at the Knicks, and the Knicks checking in. They're currently the number 3 seed in the East. Then they're at Brooklyn on Thursday. Brooklyn checking all the way down in 12, so they better win that game. And then you're playing Detroit, who is currently the Eastern Conference's 6th seed. That's a Saturday night game. So there's some opportunities to play some unfamiliar opponents. Although Jimmy probably is a little bit more familiar, having been playing in the East for basically all of his career, right? Or almost all of it. You had he was in Philly. He was in
Philly, and then you had Miami, and
Miami, and where was Chicago?
Yeah,
that's all Eastern Conference. Yeah. So teams maybe didn't study Jimmy quite as hard in the Western Conference, and conversely, Jimmy, when he's on, he definitely puts on the work, right? So that's he know he's at least familiar enough with these opponents. He might be able to help the Warriors out here and there with these Eastern Conference opponents. So there you go. Coming up this week, what I want to see the Warriors do this week is be in sole position of the 6th seed. That's what I would like. By the time we're talking next week, hopefully that's where we're at.
Let's see here.
I agree. And I think these next 4 games looks like they're all winnable. You can
I would say that
4-0.
Yeah, going back to back, because they're playing the Knicks tomorrow after the Charlotte game. But back to back is never easy. But I would love for them to be 4-0 this upcoming week, including tonight's game. If they end up being 3-1, that's still a pretty good road trip.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's the goal. I think you want to have sole possession of 6, and then you can start worrying about 5, right? You can't catch the 5 seed until you catch the 6 seed. So there we go. That's what I'm gonna throw out there into the universe.